Urgent whistleblower silenced. OSHA's failures exposed in new reports. To whom it may concern. I am writing to you today with a compelling story about a whistleblower's fight for justice against Comcast and the disturbing failures of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, to protect workers, as documented by multiple recent reports from the Department of Labor's Office of Inspector General, OIG. My name is Jonathan Miller, and I was a Comcast technician in Blue Springs, Missouri. In July 2020, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, I raised serious safety concerns with Comcast management, including the company's failure to enforce social distancing protocols and provide adequate personal protective equipment. Just 13 minutes after sending an email detailing these concerns to my supervisor and also the division president, I was sent home from work. I was subsequently terminated. I filed a whistleblower complaint with OSHA seeking protection from retaliation for raising safety concerns. However, OSHA's handling of my case has been riddled with inconsistencies, delays, and a seeming disregard for crucial evidence. They have demonstrably misrepresented the timeline of their investigation, falsely claimed I confirmed receipt of documents at an incorrect email address, and prematurely closed my case without adequately addressing my claims. My experience is not an isolated incident. Multiple recent OIG reports expose systemic problems within OSHA that directly relate to my case and highlight the agency's failure to protect workers, particularly whistleblowers. Inadequate enforcement, OIG Report 19-23-001-10-105. OSHA's enforcement activities during the pandemic were grossly insufficient, with the agency failing to issue citations and a significant number of fatality inspections. This raises serious questions about their commitment to holding employers accountable. This report also highlights OSHA's failure to issue citations for recording and reporting occupational injuries and illnesses, and their lack of complete information on COVID-19 infection rates at worksites. Failure to protect warehouse workers, OIG Report 19-23-013-10-105. This report reveals alarmingly high injury rates for warehouse workers paired with extremely low rates of OSHA inspections. This demonstrates a pattern of neglecting worker safety in a high-risk industry. It also details OSHA's limited visibility into warehouse injury data due to minimal collection and lack of enforcement of reporting requirements. Whistleblower Program Failures, OIG Report 19-20-010-10-105. This report, published during the pandemic, documents severe understaffing and overwhelming caseloads within OSHA's whistleblower program, directly explaining the delays and inadequate investigations faced by whistleblowers like myself. It also highlights OSHA's failure to implement effective case management strategies, further hindering their ability to protect workers. These OIG reports provide compelling evidence that OSHA is failing in its core mission to protect workers and hold employers accountable. My case exemplifies these systemic failures and highlights the urgent need for reform. Angle options for your story, same as before. David vs. Goliath, whistleblower betrayed, COVID-19 cover-up, systemic failure, local impact. Call to action, same as before. I am seeking to bring attention to these critical issues and demand accountability from both Comcast and OSHA. I am calling for a full and independent investigation into my case, as well as broader reforms within OSHA to ensure the whistleblower complaints are handled properly and that workers are protected from retaliation. I am also actively seeking legal representation to pursue my case against Comcast and potentially against OSHA and potentially the Department of Labor as well. Availability, same as before. I am available for interviews to discuss my case in detail and provide supporting documentation, including the OIG reports and my communications with Comcast and OSHA. Jonathan Miller, 816-446-6358. John Miller, 33mj@gmail.com. JONMILLER 33mj@gmail.com.